Welcome back to another season of Chaotic Horde Podcast, guys. Season 7, very cool.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop indeed. We've got Scott here. It's been a while since we've seen him.
Oh, it's good to be back.
We got Tristan.
Hey, what's going on?
You already know who I am. Let's get into it.
I don't think the people do, Jordan. You gotta tell
Yeah,
them your name,
honestly.
Jordan.
So, Season 7 is going to be on the Book of Boba Fett. This
Nice.
episode was very nice to see. I've been waiting for this. I know everyone else has. It was a very nice introduction to the first 10 minutes of the show. I never imagined that they would have showed us him crawling out of the Sarlacc pit.
I know, that was awesome.
I'm very glad that they went straight from when he got taken into the Sarlacc pit in the episode of and the middle or the beginning of episode 6 Star Wars.
Also, spoilers, duh.
Well, it's been years. I'd be super surprised. Well, there are still people out there that don't know Star Wars or have yet to see Star Wars, but yeah, I mean, anyways, it was really weird, how they just showed us this random stormtrooper in there. I guess it kind of makes sense. Oh, wait, was that the same? Did a stormtrooper actually go into the Sarlacc pit with Boba Fett? Because that guy looked like his
guard.
He looked
the Empire wasn't even present during that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
So
you're right.
that
He was
happened
with Jabba and his
before.
men.
Yeah, that happened before.
I was about to say, because I was kind of thinking while I was watching it, I was like, that guy's armor has been deteriorating for a while. That's kind of scary that it does deteriorate, though, but you gotta imagine what happens over time, you know? I mean, you can't just continuously eat people and then not expect them to, be digested by stomach acids, you know? But
Right, exactly.
I was very confused by how he took the oxygen from the stormtrooper's helmet and decided to upload it to his own. Because you think when they put the helmets on, and I did notice this little small detail where you hear the wheezing of air, where Darth Vader puts on his helmet. You know what I'm talking about? It's the oxygen kicks in. And then the helmet kind of snaps into place so that no oxygen escapes, except for his breathing hole. I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like that didn't really make too much sense. Because I feel under that little lip is just his chin. You know what I mean? There's nothing really covering his neck other than that scarf that he wears. I don't know.
What I don't get is, why did he need... I mean, I know he's in the Sarlacc pit, but why did the Stormtrooper need that?
Well,
It's probably just standard
Uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably just a standard thing for the vacuum of space or
Yeah, there's
any other situations, because different planets have different environments, and
that's
maybe
true.
Different air is thinner,
Yeah,
so
they need
if you're gonna have an intergalactic empire that's gonna take over the entire whatever, you're gonna need armor for every terrain, which includes places with little to no air,
especially poisonous gases and stuff.
That too,
from different planets. I think I saw a diagram where it's just the helmet cut in half, or an X-ray, and those little parts on the mouth area that kind of slope down on the stormtroopers' helmets. They have actual oxygen tanks in there. So I think that's what I saw.
That makes sense. That's where I put him.
Yeah, I don't know where Boba Fett's is. So the fact that they did that in this episode kind of didn't make sense to me.
Could be in his jetpack back area. I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, we got to see something cool. I like how he started burning the Sarlacc from the inside out. I don't know if he killed it or not, but he definitely did a whole lot of damage, And then we see him crawling out from the
reflux.
sands. Right.
But so much worse.
Oh man, that was a good one. Considering that I woke up with it at 2 a.m. and drove to the nearest 7-Eleven to get some Tums. That was a fun night.
That's fun.
Yeah, that is fun. Yeah, so he crawls out of the sand, or out of the through the Sarlacc pit, out of the sand, and he's just like covered in this like mucus and sand, and it's just like grosses me out a little bit. And then one thing that I definitely like could never forgive, like the Jawas just come over to him and just start picking him clean of his armor, and I'm just like, freaking Jawas! I hate Jawas like with a passion. I'm not gonna lie. They're like the menace of the Star Wars universe.
Then in them Tusken Raiders.
No, I feel like Jawas have no honor, and they just genuinely don't care about anything but like money or trying to make like a
that
sale.
Is true.
Because they literally took the armor off of a guy that was still alive, and they knew that he was alive because he tried to reach around and stop them, and they just like whacked him. And I was like, what the hell?
At it.
What?
Yeah, they were laughing at him.
Yeah, exactly. In their like language, and I'm like, damn, that's terrible. So now we know how they got the armor, because we kind of found out that someone else had the armor, or when we were introduced to Boba Fett in season 2 of Mandalorian. So now we kind of covered that base. So then later on in the episode, he gets what does he get? He gets picked up by Tusken Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they find him, and then they just, I don't know why I never got like why they grabbed him. I thought they were like gonna. I don't know if he was gonna work for them. I guess he's like working for them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense for them to have like prisoners, but.
Well, I mean, it doesn't not make sense. I mean, remember what they did to Shmi? They kidnapped people. They probably
right.
She was literally, I think, like a sex slave. That sounds bad, but I think she was like an actual sex slave.
Yeah, like in the actual like tones of it.
Right.
But the overtones that are not like, read into was she was tortured.
Right. And maybe you're right, Scott. Maybe they were just gonna have him be like their slave, and like he was gonna do them manual labor. I really don't know to what extent they were gonna do, but nonetheless, they still had him tied up, and they had a what was the other species that they had tied up next to him?
Rodian. That's
Rodian. It. Yeah. All Rodians are corrupt. Now Tristan called me a racist because of that, but you got to remember, and we already talked about this, but if you remember, like the only other Rodians that we ever met in the Star Wars universe, whether it was with Han or it was in the show, the animated series, like they always turned evil. And then Tristan, you made like I said that one of them was like a in the Senate, and they like kind of turned and ended up going with the what's the
Separatists.
Yeah, with the Separatists. And then you were like, all what exactly did you say?
I said politicians are evil.
Yeah, I said, spoiler alert, all politicians are evil.
Right, you're not wrong. So but that Rodian, like, he just kind of when Boba was trying to free himself, the Rodian just like gave it up, and he was like, hey, this guy's trying to escape, and I was like, he deserves to die. Like, that's terrible. Boba Fett really looks like crap, because like he's been through like so much in like such a short time. Like he might as well have like skin cancer, because he's bald. He has no hair protecting his head. I'm pretty sure that's how my great uncle died, from like skin cancer, but on like his head. Because like you gotta think, like, he was out there for a long time.
Oh yeah, he could.
Yeah, with the sun.
Just baking.
Yeah, like that's terrible. Crawling out of a Sarlacc pit, getting eaten. Did he get shot? I'm trying to remember what exactly happened to him in episode 6.
Shocked or stunned? I mean, like, I think that happened.
In the sky or something.
He got hit in his jetpack. Oh, that's.
Did somebody shoot his jetpack? Did Han shoot his jetpack?
That's right. Han, he was blind. He was like, Boba Fett, where? And he swung around like an idiot. Hit him in the back with his jetpack, and his jetpack, and like he fell in the Snorlax burped.
Oh, yeah, right. That was funny. So here he is trying to escape. I can't remember. He doesn't really escape, right? Like, he gets picked on by all these like younger Tusken Raiders, which kind of annoyed me. I was like, damn. And then someone made the Anakin reference. I can't remember who it was.
I think it was you.
Yeah. I was like, not just the women. And then Scott finished it, but the children too. And I was like, damn, they kind of deserved it, didn't they? They're terrible.
Well, if they did what we think they, I mean, like, shoot,
yeah, that's
man.
true. I mean, if they did what they did, the Shmi and what we think they did, but you know.
Is that Anakin's mom's name?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I never knew
Shmi.
that.
Wait, are you sure it's not Shmi Palpatine?
No, wait, who the hell is Shmi Palpatine?
I thought his name is Shiv, isn't it?
Yeah, his name is Shiv. It's so weird that his name is Shiv.
Shmi Skywalker. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're
right.
You
just did some mid-podcast research.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You know, so he's kind of...
Sheev. His name is Sheev Palpatine.
Is that how you pronounce it, Sheev?
Well, it's spelled Sheev, so...
I thought it was always pronounced Shiv. It's so weird.
What? He was in prison and that's his nickname?
You're so stupid. That doesn't make sense.
He's gonna give you an electric shiv to the back.
Unlimited power! As he's just like stabbing you like 10 times. So he's kind of, you know, getting harassed by the locals or by his slave owners or whatever you want to call them. He's getting kind of abused by the little kids, the runts. I hope they die soon.
Fuck them kids, bro.
Huh?
Fuck them kids, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck them kids. So then, what else happens in this episode? Next, he kind of tries to escape, and then he doesn't really... You made the funny joke, reference to our first season podcast.
Oh, point A to point A?
Yeah, he escapes.
Yeah, he has tried to escape, and then he, like, got caught again.
Yeah, he
just
got
brought
caught
back
by the dog, or whatever it was. And then here, like, I'm guessing, like, the chief, or the chiefs, they all had like specific clothing. They weren't just normal Tuskens.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like the elders, and like one's like the head leader. Yeah, like your main warrior type person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who beat up like Boba and
right.
It's like, I beat you up. He's like, So you just wait.
So yeah, you know, he tries to. One of them challenges him in combat. And he, you know, he's very weak, and again, it gets the shit knocked out of him, and then he gets knocked out, and then he gets taken back and tied up again, and then for some reason, the next scene is where he's getting untied by the child, and the child takes him and the Rodian out into the desert. And I didn't understand like why the child was making him see something. What was it that he made him see?
He saw like these bandits take over like this guy's house and like they killed him.
Yeah.
I don't think they killed him, but they definitely like robbed him, and they house.
I don't think they spray painted. I think that they like rubbed sand, like slightly darker.
I don't know what
sand
that was. It was
on his wall.
Darker sand.
Was it like a mixture of blood and sand? It was just like
I don't know, but it was a sign because they did it on both sides of his house.
Yeah, it was definitely like a tag.
I wonder what that was. I guess we'll figure out later. I hope we figure out later sometime.
I think we will. I think it's not like them to like just drop these things, you know.
I like to reference. Not all creators forget stuff, but I like to reference. Who's the creator of Dragon Ball Z? Tristan?
Toriyama.
Yeah.
How he forgets
Didn't he
everything.
forget someone in his own manga?
He forgot multiple people to.
Didn't he forget Bulma's like stepmom or something? Or was that?
I don't know, but he did forget Launch. I could say.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, because Akira Toriyama also forgot. That was Tien's wife. Every time she sneezed, her hair would change color and her whole personality would flip over.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he literally forgot who that was.
Oh, I remember her. She was in the original series.
Yeah.
Like
and like the old master loved her. It was hysterical.
Yeah, was that just Dragon Ball? Or was it?
Spoiler alert! She's in like season 1 for like a second, and then after that, you'll never see her again.
Oh man, and so granted, they're not the same creators, but at the same time, creators do make the mistake of forgetting characters or forgetting like little plot points. So it's not totally unusual. But anyways, hopefully they just touch up on the subject. So anyways,
yeah,
the child makes them dig for like their own water, which is ultimately like torturous. So I don't know what those things are. They're like coconuts almost with like.
They almost seemed like eggs, maybe, or something like that. Because
it's really weird.
That creature then came in and attacked them. I don't know if it was like protecting them or something.
Eggs. I mean, it looked like it was just pure water. Of course, it's
could be, yeah.
But we did see a death claw in the episode, so that was pretty fun. It literally kind of looked like a death claw had like mixed with the lizard from Spider-Man. I don't know, it was kind of weird. It was definitely interesting to see though, because I'd never seen or heard of that type of species before. Granted, we don't even know a name. I think Scott, you said you'd seen it before, right?
So I think because my brother played the Knights of the Republic games, the original 2. I think he said it was a crypt dragon or cripe dragon, something along those edges. It's like one of these rare enemy types. Because they also used the pearl. If you remember way back in Mandalorian, when they defeated the Snarlack pit and the pearl, that actually also was a reference to those games too.
Oh, okay, nice. I haven't played them. I definitely want to get the remastered.
You should probably get. I've been trying to get you to play the MMO. You know.
Yeah, I actually do kind of want to get back on the MMO. I'm not gonna lie, but anyways.
You Darth Maul wannabe.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly. I had a Dathomirian.
Zabrak with a double sword.
No, isn't it a Dathomirian?
It's Zabrak.
Oh, they're Zabraks, and then Dathomirians are what? The Night Sisters?
I have no idea. The Night Sisters are the Night Sisters.
No, I feel like they become Night Sisters when they decide to take on the creed of like dark magic.
I feel like all the women on Dathomir are just Night Sisters.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we could probably.
I feel like
that's reasonable.
Yeah.
So Man with the Star Wars podcast here.
Man with the Star Wars podcast here.
What else happened? We got a bunch of flashbacks of. Well, those were all flashbacks.
Boba is he's taking over Jabba's operations, and he's like doing like the busy work of that. He's like.
Yeah, he's actually
going in.
Where Jabba.
Yeah, he's actually like I rule with respect, not fear.
Which I totally respect that. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too, because I'm thinking,
he's not even a tyrant. He's just like.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely doesn't.
He's just like I'll be reasonable with y'all, and y'all be reasonable with me.
Right.
And we'll be all good.
It's kind of funny because he's.
Dude, Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say it's kind of funny because here he is, the crime lord. And I guess, like, everyone kind of, like, feared Jabba. So, like, when someone else steps up to power, you'd think, like, maybe like, crime, whatever crime he's doing, maybe it's not, like, that unusual or that serious to where people are, like, trying to stop him. Granted, it is, like, on an isolated planet, but, like, can we for a second, like, talk about... Like, granted, it is, like, isolated, but also, like, can we talk about how Mos Eisley, like, is really populated now?
Disney budget.
It is a Disney. Yeah. It is the Disney budget. It's like, hey, let's populate Mos Eisley.
It looks like there's, like, a lower level where, like, more, like, the crime and the like, the bars.
But
more like
what
you're
talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
It looks much more larger, a lot more vibrant.
Yeah, even when, like, you remember from episode, like, 4, it was just, like, a small little section.
Yeah.
Now, is Mos Eisley and Tatooine are they on the same planet or are they on different planets?
No, it's Oh, you mean they're different Mos Eisleys?
Is Mos Eisley different from Tatooine? Like, are they like the same?
I think it is on Tatooine.
Yeah, it's on Tatooine, dude. Yeah.
They might have expanded. I mean, he might say like, I don't remember this.
There's different Eisleys. Isn't there Mos Eisley, Weiss Eisley? There's a bunch of different Eisleys.
Sorry.
No, I'm not. No, I'm being genuine here because if you remember from episode like 2 or 1 of season 2 of Mandalorian,
There's also Mos Espa.
Maybe that's where they were.
It might be a Mos Espa. That makes more sense.
There's different Mos places. Mos Eisley and then Mos Espa, and then there's another one that they reference. There's like a couple of others that they reference.
He never says Mos Eisley in this. He's like, oh, this is somewhere else. So I think it is Mos Espa.
Oh, I didn't catch it if he said it, but
I can't remember. I'm not 100%, but either way, it's huge.
Yeah, either way, it's pretty huge, which is pretty cool. It's it's good to see that it's good to see life after the Empire versus what we saw in Mandalorian. We didn't really get to see that. We just saw like a bunch of remnants of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
We never really saw like life, like people thriving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see that.
A living, breathing world, as I call it.
Yeah, exactly. Because people are like having fun, like carefree, and I don't know. It's cool. So I like how he was in the beginning. He was kind of meeting with all these people. He was just kind of like, "Hey, I'm in charge now. Like, come meet me." Kind of sticking to that respect. Like, if you give respect, you'll get respect. So I thought that was pretty nice. I really like how after he goes to meet with, I guess it was the mayor. It was kind of weird hearing that there was a mayor.
It's the deacon of the mayor. It was like a representative for the mayor.
Well, he met the representative, but when he actually went out, he met with someone. I think it was the actual mayor, and he was.
No, that was a lady.
Yeah,
in charge of a bar.
Are you sure that wasn't the mayor?
I thought that was the mayor.
Well, no, he met with somebody. She was of some importance. Otherwise, he wouldn't have met up with her. So,
can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
The balls on that Twi'lek.
Oh yeah, I know.
Showing up and being like, "Yeah, I got nothing for you. Where's my payment?"
Yeah, no, I guess Boba Fett was even like you got to think everyone. Like, a lot of people in the Star Wars universe knows about different cultures for different species. So, like, it must have been something different with wherever he is to Boba Fett being confused. Because, like, I'm sure, like, not all Twi'leks are like that. Like, that's not even a species thing. It had to have been, like, either granted, we don't know if they're really in Mos Eisley or not, like a Mos Eisley thing or something. I really don't know. But she kind of made a point. What's her face? What's her name again? The assassin.
Oh, Fennec.
Yeah, Fennec. She kind of made a good point. Like, if you would have asked for this of Jabba, he would have killed you right then and there. So I really don't know what was up with that, but it was kind of funny nonetheless. So, after he gets done with his mini business meeting, he gets ambushed by a bunch of, I'm assuming, are assassins.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I've never seen them before, or their outfits, so maybe they're just a brand new thing, like a brand new gang or something.
They could be like the mayor's guards, and he sent them after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that would also.
Or just some new hotshot trying to.
Right.
He doesn't know who Boba is.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because he just came into power, so people are like, okay, let's see what you're really made of. Or,
let's test his mettle.
Right, or maybe they want they were waiting for someone to take out Bib Fortuna. Maybe Bib Fortuna ruled harder than Jabba. We don't know. But,
yeah, we don't know. Or lazier.
Right.
Or just I would the same, but he was...
Or the same, too. Yeah, those are all valid points. But he was actually kind of getting the crap beat out of him just a little bit. Not gonna lie. Granted, he is still weak, and we saw in the beginning of the episode, he had to really get into the, what was it? The healing chamber?
Bacta tank.
The Bacta tank, yeah. So it also when we were seeing that room with the Bacta tank, it makes me wonder, because we were still not very clear on what the time difference is from the end of Boba Fett where he killed Fortuna and then took the mantle as ruler or crime boss, versus where he got out of the Sarlacc pit. You know what I mean? Or or even how long he was in the Sarlacc pit. I kind of hope they touch up on that.
I think he'd be I think he might be like falling in with the Tusken Raiders, because I think they might train him. This is theory.
Oh, you think
they might train him to use that pike thing he was using?
Yeah, I mean
he falls in with them, and like then he meets Fennec, and he's like,
he kind of gets his life back a little bit too, because what was it? He did save that little runt from being killed, so they kind of were giving him respect, and was like, okay.
And he killed that dragon or that creature thing.
He saved him from that
couple times.
Claw. So he was just like, all right, I showed your child respect or saved him, and now they're gonna give him respect.
There should be like a mutual. Yeah, there should be like a mutual.
Right, which would be pretty nice. Of course, I think everyone was like hating on the Tusken Raiders when they were first introduced in like episode 4, or even like episode 3. Because they were just like considered like vermin. I don't think they really had like,
animals.
Animals. I don't think they really had like people skills, but of course now they're kind of showing like a different side. Because even Mando's like semi-friends with them, which is also weird.
Yeah,
they never touched up on that.
They're more. I think they might have it's almost like they might have matured. Like they've moved away from like maybe their old ways and more civilized.
Yeah, civilized. No, that'd be pretty interesting. So I also my favorite part is probably when Boba like falls to the ground and the assassins like run, and he leans over and he shoots his blaster at the one, shooting like a mini rocket.
Oh, that was
totally
cool.
Obliterates the one dude, and I'm like, yeah, take back revenge. That was kind of unexpected. Like, I figured Disney would have like panned over to not show that, but like they just showed it, and then like it was like the smoke cleared and there was nothing else there. There was just like a big hole, and I was like, oh, that dude literally got vaporized. That was kind of cool. Did anyone have like a favorite part?
I think my favorite part was him cutting his way out of the Sarlacc.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was just like justice.
Yeah, and I like how it kind of set the tone. It was like, yeah, he's back. Of course, it would have been great if they showed that in episode 6, but of course that was years ago, and I remember everyone was like, oh, Boba Fett's still alive. And now, it only took them when did that movie come out? The 70s?
80s.
80s,
like the
early 80s.
40 years.
Yeah, so it took them like that long to bring back Boba Fett. Rightfully so. So that was that's kind of cool. But what was your favorite Scott part? What was your favorite part, Scott? Holy shit.
I do love the Sarlacc pit, but I also love him sitting on the throne, him doing the business.
Oh, right.
And him sitting on you there. I love that too. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty great. So I think this episode was pretty good so far. I'm definitely looking forward to the whole series. I think I'm thinking that this show hasn't really gotten a lot of hype as much as Spider-Man did just come out, so I
think it's all the Marvel stuff overshadowing it.
Right, but
is what it is.
I am glad that they decided to wait for Hawkeye to finish and then decided to release Boba Fett, because they even announced that they're never going to have their shows overlap again, because they've had that in the past and it kind of screwed up our schedule. So if only they did that sooner, but it is what it is now. So here's to a nice season 7. Thanks for listening on this first episode.
I want to point out one little thing. Are we now a Disney podcast? Is that what's going on? Because we did Star Wars.
Yeah, it's all Marvel and Star Wars. If another show, like a good show, comes out, whether it's like on Hulu or on Netflix, I definitely want to cover that. But yeah. All right. Well, we stream from time to time on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/hotbucket61. Tristan sometimes, but mainly it's on the YouTube channel. Twitch.tv/ApolloYourKing. I know Scott's got some stuff that he wants to put in there.
You can find me on Instagram at s.simpson21. You can also find me right here on the Chaotic Corp YouTube channel. I'm back from my hiatus, boys.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening on episode 1.
Thank you.
Thank you.